Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? So, with what we get in this week's episode, it's clear to me that whatever happens in One Punch Man is going to probably contain a lot of um, the overall manga. And from what I could see this week, they are going quite fast. But at the same time, supposedly this is only supposed to be um, 12 episodes ish, So if that's the case, we're not looking at a very slow paced version of One Punch Man season 2. We're getting a rather sped up one, and I mean it's not necessarily a bad thing as much as it just seems like look at that grab range, bro. It's so trash. It seems more or less like it's just something that is, going to come and just get as much content out as they can in each episode, with Goro really going in this week, making everything pretty clear that whatever happens is going to continuously happen with his character progression until he runs into someone like Saitama. Um, you can't really do much about that. So runs into Saitama, gets absolutely bodied by him, and then we come to find out that Bane and even a S rank muscle tank top muscles or whatever muscle tank tops, he shows up, still can't really do much because not only do you have to worry about the overall notion that the people around you are okay and stuff, but he also had to worry about the fact that he wasn't um, he wasn't alone in the fact that he actually thought this guy was human. He's like, oh well, this is a human, I shouldn't have to go that ham on him, and come to find out, you really got to, like if you don't want to die and get completely, obliterated in this type of situation with Goro, you have to fight him as if he is a monster. And that's kind of the opposite of what we were getting from these overall characters, which really did start to show in the grand scheme of things. And because of it, I think we're going to learn quite a bit of just overall narrative, why Goro's doing the things he's doing. And not only that, we got to see a little bit of his little helper, the guy that really takes, he kind of just takes his side. And the overall part of him having this conversation with the kid, Goro, after he's defeated the S rank and defeated one of Bane's recent students, all of these things happening can just go to show you that he not only is like posing as a monster, or like he wants to be a human monster, but he can have these normal conversations with, humans and come off almost as if he's not the evil one, So that's always something to remember with this character, and know that even though he's completely seemingly a monster, he is ridiculously trained in the arts of martial arts by his teacher, who's like one of the top S rank heroes. So almost as if, let's say you're training someone to pretty much take your spot, what happens if that person gets corrupted? Like that's pretty much what we're seeing with this, and it's actually kind of crazy to think that that could happen, and not to mention it happening. It's happening to one of the strongest disciples that you can, imagine almost. Besides like Simon the ninja, the samurai guy, he has a lot of students that seemingly aren't going to just, you know, go against his rule or go against him and try to become a monster and stuff like that. Um, but you never know, really, with these shows. I mean, I didn't expect them to go this ham on the overall character progression for Goro. I mean, he looks so phenomenal in these week's episodes that you're kind of stuck between, I want to hate this character, but at the same time, I can't really bring myself to do so. So, overall, though, I really want to see how people are taking it because he goes through a lot of heroes this week. He absolutely devastated Moonrider and all of the tank top people. Not only that, he then goes and shows us that, you know, even if you are a very, very low tier class hero who is an S or anything like that, he's not going to hold back for nothing. Nothing. Even if you are the weakest of the weak, he's still going to body you. That's just how it be. And yeah, I don't like I don't know who's going to really uh be a, you know, easy, not easy, but be a worthy adversary for him at this point because it's getting pretty ridiculous at this point, man. Like if you see just like this is what I'm talking about too with the show is the animation, the overall um, capture of just a certain character makes every other character look weak. Like, for instance, Goro fighting the S rank muscular guy. All of a sudden, it just it goes from this really really beautiful looking fight to this blurry, jumbled up punches of fury, and then if you notice, every single punch that's like thrown in this week's episode kind of ends very abruptly. Like it's like, oh yeah, I threw this and threw this, but after I'm done, see, why do I keep running for it? It's so trash. Um, that's pretty much all said and done then. But when we see how Homeboy actually like hits these people and actually has them stunned and dazed and out for good, we're pretty close to just seeing most of these characters not even having a chance against him because the thing that Goro has really going for him and that I really like his character is his way of learning. He learns so much from like 1 to 2 fights that it makes you wonder who could stop him. This game is so trash. I'm going forward and he's just jumping up in the air. So trash. But overall, I think the necessary battles that he's going to keep having are going to maybe bring him up to making Saitama try a little bit harder. Because as we see this week, Saitama just shows up and absolutely one chops this man. The same man who is taking countless blows from, what's his face? From an S rank, so he then comes up against someone like Saitama and can't even take a chop to the neck when he took a full-blown hit to the face from an S-rank person. So I'm probably dead because this game is super trash. But yeah, overall, One Punch Man absolutely going in, and I think we're in safe hands. Yeah. What a trash game, bro. Um, and because of it, I really hope that Goro, Saitama, and more like even Bane. Like I hope all their fights look crispy like Goro did this week, cause man, they made me reconsider, who is the main character. Like clearly we've learned enough about Saitama that we can just go on and learn about the other characters, and by learning the other characters, we're really just seeing what is possible and the overall grand scheme of this hero hunter and what he's going to bring to the table. Yeah, I won't be playing this game much at all. This is so trash. Look, I jumped to do that, And when I land, I'm still doing my jump attack. Like, you guys are not gonna see much of this on my channel. This game is. I thought it would be the combos would actually be combos where you hit a button and then you hit another button, you follow up. It's not like that. You have to literally pick only one of two buttons that will do a follow up, and those buttons will not lead to anything else. Like that, I couldn't do a follow up to it because it's trash. Like, a punch can't do a follow up. So, yeah, this game is absolutely getting dropped unless people actually like this terrible content that I'm putting up right now. Um, but yeah, overall, I really just hope we see great action, great looking animation, and not only that, that we really get to see what's his face, Saitama looking amazing and doing amazing stuff at the same time, instead of just having all the characters around Saitama really carrying the show. Because that's what it feels like at this point. But I can understand if that's what they're going for, because to be fair, we know everything about that we need to know about Saitama at this point, and to continuously try to learn something about a character that really doesn't know much about himself would be kind of hard. So I can't wait to see what people are feeling about this week's episode, and if it is something we all can agree was actually pretty hype overall. Like, the fights was hype. Goro, seeing the hero hunter at large and doing what he's doing, it's about to be nuts. So I can't wait to see that. Not to mention the fact that we are 3 episodes in out of this 12 episode season, and to think that Saitama hasn't even looked better than most characters in every single episode is kind of strange to me. So hopefully we get an understanding as why that is, and we get to see just where the actual story is going to end up being at, because there's so much they can tell, but within 12 episodes, I don't see them getting to where I would want them to be. So with that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be, and I will talk to you very soon in the next video. I really doubt I'll be using Mortal Kombat. If I do, I must have did a little bit of practicing. But with that being said, take care and peace.